Sup gamers, welcome back to more Pokemon Crystal. I'm Silver Orpheus. Last time we defeated Azalea Town's gym leader Bugsy, earned ourselves a Hive badge, and learned some new things about Pokeballs. Today I actually want to make a little correction about the Moon Ball in particular. Last time I said it was based that its catch rate is dependent on Pokemon that evolve through Moonstones. In Generation 2 in particular, this is incorrect. In Generation 2, Moon Balls catch Pokemon that evolve through Burn Heals. Yeah, I never thought about giving Burn Heal my Pokemon to evolve it. Okay, joke aside, you can't evolve anything through Burn Heal, and that basically means that the Moon Ball is basically about as useful as a regular-ass Pokeball. Yeah, that's great. In Heart Gold, Soul Silver, you don't really have to worry about this. They actually changed it to where it actually does affect the Moonstone evolutions. But if you're playing Gold, Silver, or Crystal, like I am here, you are kind of screwed out of a useful Pokeball. Today, we're going to be heading out of Azalea Town because we kind of got nothing else to do here. So, let's head out. But before we do, we're getting interrupted by you. Tell me something. Is it true that Team Rocket has returned? What? You beat them? Ha! Quit lying. You're not joking. Then let's see how good you are. Well, first of all, how the hell do you know anything about Team Rocket? Second of all, who the hell are you? We only fought once, and you have a Ghastly. It's level 12. Alright, that's fun. Well, here, have some mud. If that actually does what I think... I'm done. Okay. Well, I'm paralyzed now. Mud Slap. Thankfully, actually does its job. Unfortunately, we're gonna have a really nasty time coming up. Because that's gonna... Okay, that's gonna do it with Ghastly. Good, aside from the fact that we ended up getting paralyzed. Easy solution, though. Oh, I actually didn't even bother to go over the freaking Ghastly. Level 12, Ghost Poison type, Hypnosis, Lick, and Spite for its moves. If you're looking for its Heart Gold, Soul Silver variant, it'll be off in the sidebar. Croconaw is, oh no. Yeah, I'm not taking any chances with this one. Croconaw is level 16, Water type, with the moves Scratch, Leer, Rage, and Water Gun. Coincidentally, if you chose Chikorita, he'll have Quilava, level 16, Fire type, Tackle, Leer, Smokescreen, and Ember. And if you chose Totodile, Bayleaf, level 16, Grass type, with the moves Growl, Razor Leaf, Reflect, and Poison Powder. This is not gonna be fun for me. So, I don't want to use Smokescreen. I feel like that's cheap. So we're both gonna Leer. His failed. That's cool. Yeah, I'll go in for the double. You're gonna Water Gun after trying to Leer me. You're not a smart trainer. Coincidentally, I can say I'm also not smart using a Fire type against a Water type, knowing it has a Water move. That did absolutely nothing. Oh crap. I might actually die. Smokescreen. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go for it. Any chance for him missing is good for me. He hits. This is gonna suck. Ugh. Do I have a super potion or anything? Please? Yes! I only have one, though. Good enough. Oh god, I'm gonna need him to miss. I don't think he's going to, though. And if he gets a crit, I may as well just lose this fight. This sucks. This really, really is bad. Yeah, I think we have, like, no way out of here. Like, we're probably gonna lose Realm, definitely. This is gonna be... No way. No way. Alright, make this count. Come on. Yes! 1 HP. 1 HP. Yeah, I'll go to Fampi. Realm, you legend. Alright. Zubat, level 14. Poison flying type, leech life, supersonic and bite for its moves. Well, first things first, I kind of got nothing else better to do. It's flying, so I can use Mud Slap. You're gonna Parafuse me. Ugh. So this is Parafusion. You're paralyzed and you're confused, so you have less odds of actually doing anything. He's gonna try and Parafuse flinch me to. Oh god, this. Man, he's. Okay, good. We actually pulled through. Parafusion is probably my least favorite thing about, you know, Pokemon in general. You're paralyzed and you're confused. You have so many chances of not even moving that turn to begin with. And oh my god, what the hell is this? Dude. Okay, yeah. You're paralyzed, you're confused. You have so many options for just not being able to move to begin with. We're definitely going to lose Fampi here. What the hell? We're definitely losing Fampi, but it doesn't have Quick Attack or anything, so Realm can just come in and finish it. Okay, use critical. Alright. Please don't outspeed me. Please don't outspeed me. Yes! Alright, that was my biggest fear. Knowing that Zubat's a really fast Pokemon and figuring it's probably gonna outspeed me. That was actually a really worrying fight. I'll actually give him that. That was actually really worrying because he definitely had the type advantage on us there with that Croconaw. Ugh. Phew. I hate the weak. Pokemon trainers, it doesn't matter who or what. I'm going to be strong and wipe out the weak. That goes for Team Rocket too. They act big and tough in a group, but get them alone and they're weak. I hate them all. You stay out of my way, a weakling like you is only a distraction. Says the guy who lost. We're definitely healing after that. No crap, Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, that Croconaw kind of wiped the floor with us. It kind of goes to show when, you know, both of your team members have a water weakness. It's kind of something you have to expect. And I definitely almost lost there. Thank goodness I didn't, because that'd be embarrassing. We literally only had 1 health left on our last Pokemon, too. So that only made it even worse. The forest is watched over by its protector. Stay out of mischief. Yeah, because you're totally gonna get wiped out. Actually, before we head into the Ilex Forest, which is what we just witnessed, I actually want to go to the Pokemart real quick. Nothing in particular that I'm looking for, but just in case. Wow, you want 9,800 Poké-Dollars for a charcoal. Yes, repels. 11 of those, please. So now that we can buy repels, random encounters are going to be the least of our problems. And Ilex Forest is treated as a cave, meaning each individual tile is considered a random encounter spot. So I really don't want to go into that. So let's actually go down, find our repels, and spray them. Alright, Ilex Forest is our first dungeon of sorts, and yeah, this guy. Here we go. Oh man, my boss is going to be steaming. The Farfetch that cuts trees for charcoal took off on me. I can't go looking for it here in the Ilex Forest. It's too big, dark, and scary for me. Cool, man. So, I guess while we're going looking for this Farfetch, which is literally just right here, I think we can go into some Pokemon here, starting with Oddish. Oddish is a interesting one, to say the least. We actually got a revive. That's really helpful. Oddish is a grass poison type, which is pretty generic. It's also an attacker Pokemon, which, for grass type standards, might not be so generic. In Gen 2 in particular, it gains the benefit of having a split evolution in the form of Blossom. Blossom is a pure grass type, meaning it actually gains a weakness in the form of the bug type, but it also loses its psychic weakness, which is actually pretty good. Anyway, we actually got this guy out of the way here. Now, with this guy here, Blossom is actually something that, okay, well, first of all, we actually got HMO1, which is the HM for cut. We keep getting interrupted by the Oddish bio and stuff. Oh, this is bad. I actually need to encounter something. Okay, so I can actually go over, Oddish in full here. Blossom in particular will only learn the move Solar Beam upon evolving. It will not get it in its base form or in glue, so keep that in mind. In addition, Blossom is not nearly as good as an attacker as, well, Vileplume is. So keep that into mind when you are actually going, you know, looking for it. I actually personally prefer Vileplume over Blossom, just because it's a better attacker Pokemon. Next is Paris. This is a terrible Pokemon. Paris is the weakest Bug-type Pokemon, as well as the weakest of all Grass types. Not in terms of stats, but actually in terms of how it plays. Paris is the Pokemon I'm actually looking for right now. However, the thing you need to know about Paris, it has two quad weaknesses, one of them being Fire, which is a type you probably have already if you're playing Crystal, whether it be Cyndaquil or Growlithe. And its other quad weakness is the Flying type, which is an abundantly common type. You got Pidgeys, you got Spearows, you have Hoot Hoot, you have Zubat. Zubat's probably rocking Wing Attack by this point. Yeah, tons and tons of Fire and Flying type Pokemon out there, and those things will shut down Paris immediately. It is outright bad. It's also slow, so it makes it even worse because it can never move to defend itself, especially when it's the only Pokemon as of Generation 2 that can learn the move Spore, which is a 100% accurate sleep move. Yeah, that makes it especially bad. Overall, the only reason I would recommend going after this thing is if you were looking for, you know, something that can learn the HMO1 cut, which is what I'm going for. However, I'm actually having a really hard time actually finding this Pokemon. So, I'll cut back to when I actually look for it. Or actually, never mind, because we actually have a lot more Pokemon to go over here. Including Venonat, Bug Poison type, pretty generic type, and it's actually really weird. It gets Sleep Powder. It's actually, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, I can only recommend it for Sleep Powder, as it actually gets the Compound Eyes ability. So, it has the benefits of having a near-perfect accurate sleep move, except it's actually slower in Butterfree, so I'd actually recommend Butterfree if you're gonna go for that strategy. Not that Venomoth is bad by any means, but still. Now, what's actually weird is that, similar to Beedrill, it's clearly flying off the ground, except it's Bug Poison type, and even in Heart Gold Soul Silver, Venomoth does not get the ability Levitate, meaning it is still susceptible to ground type attacks. Not that it's weak to it, because the Bug type actually resists ground type attacks, but it's still not wonderful. Oh, in addition to that, it's only found this early in Crystal, so don't bother looking for it if you're playing Gold and Silver. Next up is Psyduck, also only in Crystal. And at night, no less. Psyduck is more or less a jack of all trades. It's decently good at what it does, but it doesn't learn many good moves at all, so I hope you like going through finite TMs like they are more or less nothing. In general, it's outclassed by literally every other water type, pretty much. Like, if it's a water type that we've gone over at this point, it's probably Psyduck is probably outclassed by it. Even Totodile, which is saying a lot considering the fact that Totodile doesn't have the best stat. And finally, also only in Crystal, and at nighttime no less, considering what we're actually going into, you can finally catch the fully evolved Noctowl. You always have that one Pokemon that is always challenging the common tropes, and Noctowl does not specialize in attack, or rather yeah, it doesn't specialize in attack or defense like most normal flying types do, but rather special defense and HP. And the thing about Noctowl, all its moves actually benefit it. I'm actually not joking. It learns moves like Hypnosis. I think it gets Dream Eater. It gets Confusion. It learns a lot of Psychic type moves, oddly enough. And if you're fine with it not being able to use many of its stab moves, it's actually a really useful Pokemon. I actually really like it. Now, with all the Ilex Forest encounters out of the way, I'm going to cut forward when I actually encountered it in Paris, because, yeah, I'm starting to get tired of hunting this thing. Are you kidding me? I was literally just about to leave the area to go and hunt down something else, because I was starting to get a little impatient of actually running into this thing. Nope, we found it. Finally. I'm gonna try not to kill this thing, but if I do kill it, it really can't be avoided, and I will actually leave and go catch something else. I don't think I actually have to worry about that, though, because it seems like Phanpy is doing such an amazing job bringing this thing down. Oh god, I don't feel comfortable going for Mud Slap. Tackle. Don't kill. Damn it, Phanpy! Alright, see you back. Alright, I guess Rattata works too. Now don't kill it, Phanpy. You know what, I'm just gonna go straight for the damn ball. I'm going right for the ball. Screw you. I don't trust this anymore. You're too powerful. 2, 3. A Rattata popped out of the Pokeball. Come on, game. Really? We're gonna do this now? And watch, Phanpy's gonna freaking kill it. Yep. Phanpy's too strong. I can't use Tackle. Because I can't use Mud Slap either. Oh, this sucks. Please, survive. Good, good, good. We actually got something going. I'll take the super effective hit. Get in the ball. Finally. Jeez, man. Ugh. Probably should have had one of these things caught sooner. Ugh. Dude, that was so freaking stupid. I'll see you back over there in the Ilex Forest. Alright, I'm finally freaking back. Ugh. I hated that so freaking much. Alright, we have a Pokemon that can cut now. I also taught Bellsprout cut. Here! Ilex Forest Shrine. It's in honor of the Forest Protector. This will be important later on. However, as of right now, it is not. We can't do anything with it. So, I guess we're moving on. Now, as for the Ilex Forest proper, there's a lot of things that we can actually do here. And the X attack is not one of them. There's this guy over here, which I actually kind of want to go and talk to, but we have an antidote right here. Yeah, first things first, we're gonna go talk to this guy down here, because he actually has something useful for us, as, you know, as long as the repel doesn't wear out. That'd be really nice. We have 5 of these damn things left, because of my constant backtracking. This is great. I'm gonna be broke before I know it. What am I doing? I'm shaking trees using Headbutt. It's fun. Here, you can try it too. TMO2, Headbutt. Rattle trees with Headbutt. Sometimes sleeping Pokemon fall out. We're gonna go ahead and teach this move because with it, we can actually get something new. Phanpy, I think I'm gonna teach it to you just because I have less odds of getting rid of it. Yeah, get rid of Tackle. Headbutt is just a better tackle, more or less. And we come over here. We can use Headbutt. Now then, Headbutt can be used to find all sorts of Pokemon, and you know, honestly, Hoot Hoot's not one of them. Alright. So, let's go over every Pokemon that can be encountered through Headbutt. First of all, Execute. This can be a dangerous special attack. Wait, what? Flail. That could have been a better tackle, but you know what? I don't mind some more attack power, so, Growl. All Flail really is that it'll do more damage the closer you are to minimum health, and considering the fact that Phanpy has a special defense problem, that's huge. But anyway, as I was saying, Execute. As I was saying, this Pokemon can be a dangerous special attacker. In addition to that, it's one of only few Pokemon to be quad weak to Bug in this game. I mean, considering the fact that it's Grass Psychic, it's weird, but it's whatever. The biggest drawback to Execute that I can find in this generation is that Elemental Stones can be really difficult to find in this game. And, oh my god. Despite the fact that Exeggutor is actually a really good Pokemon, it is not something I would easily recommend in this generation in particular, because Elemental Stones are just hard to find in general. That's really all there is to it. Next, we can go over Pineco, which is the Pokemon that I just found. This is strictly a wall. As you can see, it took a full-fledged Headbutt from Phanpy. And it also has Protect. That's cool. Now, Pineco. This is a Pokemon I can only recommend to you if you are looking for a wall. I say this because Pineco evolves into the new Bug and Steel type. We've seen plenty of Pokemon that can evolve through into Steel type Pokemon. We never actually come across one, but Pineco is definitely one of these that evolves into one. It's a wall. In addition, it's also known for using entry hazard moves like Spikes, which was introduced in this generation. And when you think about that, it's not good on the attacker front in any means necessary. However, one of its best uses is that it learns self-destruct at level 8. Which is hilarious. It can knock out pretty much anything early if you know, it's about to go down. But that's really all you're going to be doing with it in particular. Because, yeah, it's not really doing it. Oh, and another thing is that it also learns Rapid Spin. So in case of an event that it finds itself in a Ditto match, it can easily remove the other Pineco's hazards. It's a really good Pokemon. It's just, I would not recommend it for single player in particular. Next up, we have Apom. Only in Heart Gold Soul Silver can its evolution actually be obtained, and that's exactly why I'm docking it here, because Apom is a horrible, horrible Pokemon on its own. It doesn't have a lot going for it. Its level up moves are even worse. And Strength, Hyper Beam, and the aforementioned Headbutt are the only useful TMs this thing gets. And without its evolution, you're stuck with its best stat being its 85 speed. Only good in Heart Gold Soul Silver. In addition, even in Generation 4, it learns better moves as well. So, go for it if you're there. But, in Vanilla Gold and Silver, this thing sucks. It needed its evolution, and it needed it badly. And finally, the best of these Pokemon is a Bug type. Heracross is easily the best Bug type in the entire game. This thing has part Fighting type, which is a type we haven't even come across yet, other than the hikers that carry Machops. Which even then, I don't even think we've really come across that one either. In addition, Heracross, if you see those stats, that is the highest base stat total that we have seen out of any Pokemon yet. Heracross is that good. The only problem Heracross runs into, in this generation in particular, is a poor move pull, and the fact that it has a quad weakness to flying. So, if you can bear with that, this Pokemon will not disappoint you. I've used it before, and it's even better in Heart Gold Soul Silver, where it actually gets useful moves to run off of its dangerously powerful attack stat. But even in Vanilla Gold and Silver, it's not that bad of a Pokemon. Just doesn't learn much in the way of moves. And that's pretty much it in the way of Ilex Forest encounters. Glad we're finally done with this place, and the Repel wore off. Fun. What do you have to say? Do you see that shrine honoring the Protector? It watches over the forest from across time. Time, you say? I think that it must be a grass-type Pokemon. You are alluding to something. Now then. We are more or less here in our next area. Route 34, and, you thought we were done here yet? We got more encounters, so let's go ahead and go over them while we beat up these trainers, because that's really the best thing we got. Let's actually get things off on a good note here. Abra can be found here. Pure Psychic type, and if you know anything about Pokemon, you know how dangerous of a Pokemon this thing can be when it's fully evolved. Even in its base form, this thing has the highest special attack stat of anything that we have seen yet. Except that's pretty much where the positives end with Abra in its base form, because until it evolves, the only move that it knows is Teleport, which will allow it to escape a random encounter. This is what I meant when I said there's going to be a Pokemon later that Pokeball is going to be, that unique Pokeball that Kurt makes is going to be really special. It is good for catching Abra in particular. In addition, Abra is also good in this game in particular, well, Crystal at least, because you can actually get a unique trade coming up with it. So, if you can get that, you got yourself a dangerous attacker. The worst part I can really say about Abra and its evolution family is that it's terrible in the way of defense. Like, by terrible, I mean, like, any physical type move will pretty much knock it out in a single hit. But it has to have some drawback if it's going to be one of the best special attackers at only level freaking 16. I cannot digress how good this Pokemon is. However, on the other side of the coin, we have Drowsy. Gold and Silver was not kind to some of these Pokemon when it split the special stat up, and Drowsy was definitely one of those Pokemon. Because unlike Abra, whose special stat became its special attack stat, Drowsy's became its special defense stat. I don't know what they were thinking when they made that decision. If this was Generation 1, Drowsy would be absolutely freaking broken, and of course I could recommend it to you. Generation 2 changes that entirely. Ugh. I feel so bad for Drowsy and Hypno. At the same time, I don't, because this is basically the Predator Pokemon. And it should more or less be cursed for all eternity. However, actually going in the way of, like, actually talking about it, it's just outclassed. I can't really recommend Drowsy for much of anything anymore. because it was really good in red and blue, as I said earlier, but after that, things just went down south for it. So, next up, we have Ditto. On its own, this Pokemon sucks. In fact, if you're looking at stat totals, you already know this Pokemon sucks. But that's not what makes Ditto, well, Ditto. Ditto is unique in being the only Pokemon in the game to learn the move Transform. This allows it to transform into pretty much any opponent, copying its exact stats and movesets. This, however, can be exploited, especially if you're running it with the AI, in which case, yeah, you can swap into something and then swap back into something that's actually weak to. Ditto is only really known best for breeding, which is something we haven't really gotten to yet, because Ditto can breed with just about anything. It's ridiculously powerful in that regard, but it's not winning any rewards when it comes to anything else. Snubbull. This Pokemon can only be found here in Crystal. Pure Normal type, superior TM compatibility compared to most other species. It evolves in a little over 10 levels, which is actually decently good. And it learns a crap ton of physical attacks and learns Hyper Beam and tons of other powerful stab moves. The thing is that this thing is outclassed. I will say that straight up. This thing is... It's not bad by any means. In fact, if you're looking for anything unique, it's got you covered. It's just... There's so many better options out there when it comes to the normal type. And... Okay, I can't actually say something good about it if we're going by our Gold, Soul, Silver. Because there it gets the Intimidate ability, which is a welcome addition. Intimidate is good on just about any Pokemon that has it. So that's very appealing for this Pokemon. Alright, Ralph, what do you want? You've been spending a lot... Cool. I might have to delete you. The only reason I have you on my phone is because of the Quillfish swarm. But you're kind of interrupting me at the worst possible time. Alright, Krabby. This thing is nothing more than a physical powerhouse, which, based on what I've said about other physical attacking water types, that's bad if you're playing Vanilla Gen 2. Oh my god, it is bad. When its main unique purpose is its special move, a Crab Hammer, which will pretty much always deal a critical hit when it lands, it's not going to be doing anything when its special attack stat sucks. However, if you're playing Heart Gold, Soul Silver, as I said before, Krabby and its evolution of Kingler is actually very good because it can now use its physical attack stat. However, that comes with another drawback. Its speed sucks. It is slow. And slow does not equate to anything good. So, more or less, keep yourself... If you're going to use this one, it's got to be Heart Gold, Soul Silver only, and make sure you're aware of its big drawbacks. And that pretty much concludes Route 34, just in time to see a Bulbasaur. You can actually see starter Pokemon that some of the trainers will actually use, and Bulbasaur is definitely one of them. And that pretty much takes out Picnicker Gina. Alright. Over there we got something. I don't really think we can get it yet, so I'm just gonna get out of here. This place! Take care. Let us raise your Pokemon for you. Because, why not? I'm the daycare man. You know anything? You know about eggs? I was raising Pokemon with my wife, you see? Why am I giving you, like, a southern redneck... voice? Merged with Master Roshi. I don't know. We were shocked to find an egg. How incredible is that? Well, wouldn't you like this egg? Then fine, this is yours to keep. You receive the odd egg.
I found that when I was caring for someone's Pokemon before, but the trainer didn't want the egg, so I kept it around.
The odd egg is very unique. Okay. This introduces us to the whole breeding mechanic that I was talking about with Ditto earlier. Breeding is entirely new to the second generation. You can leave 2 Pokemon here. They have to be of the opposite sex, meaning 1 male, 1 female if you're a kid. Then again, why are you a kid watching my content to begin with? Anyway. The odd egg can hatch into several different Pokemon, and we're going to be getting into them right now. That's fun. I feel so bad for myself in future in the editing process of this. So, starting things off, we have Pichu. The introduction of Pikachu's evolution. Let me just start over with that. Pichu is making its debut in this game. It is more or less the baby form of Pikachu, as I no doubt said before. Now, the big catch about Pichu, in comparison to its evolutions, it can learn moves that Pikachu can't, such as Charm, Sweet Kiss, and only in Crystal can it really be obtained this early. So if you're playing any of the Gold and Silver games, tough luck, no Pikachu for you. Now, it evolves through happiness, and what a coincidence for it. There's actually an easy method for it coming right on up. So evolving it into Pikachu is going to be no problem. If you're looking for an electric type in Crystal version, this is straight up your only option as of right now. Or actually, no, one of 2. But, Pikachu in particular is going to be a tough one. Only because of the fact that it evolves through an elemental stone. And the thing that makes Pikachu stand out on its own over Raichu has not been introduced yet. Now, moving on, we have Cleffa, Clefairy's baby. And, similar to Pikachu, it learns Charm and Sweet Kiss in its baby form. Can't learn that as a Clefairy. And, like Pichu, it evolves based on happiness. So basically what you're getting is a normal type Pichu out of this one, and like Pichu, it evolves through happiness. So that's useful. In addition, if you want to know exactly how Cleffa is going to perform in its fully evolved form, this thing is going to be a special wall. Like most normal types, it's compatible with a lot of moves, and it's going to be best known for walling out things, more or less. That's really all there is to it. Next up is Igglybuff, the baby form of Jigglypuff, which, if you're playing Gold and Silver, you probably already have one if you wanted it. However, in Crystal, this is your first opportunity to get this family. As I said before, with Jigglypuff, this thing is a wall. That's all you're getting from it. It evolves through happiness, it learns Charm and Sweet Kiss in its baby form, and, yeah, if you're playing Gold and Silver, catch Jigglypuff, because you can just ignore the happiness evolution entirely. And Tyrogue is a really complicated one, particularly in the way it evolves. Tyrogue evolves based on its stats. If I remember, based on... Actually, no, I actually have it right here. Hitmontop, if its attack... Hitmontop is a new form... well, evolution. And the newest addition to the Hitmon family. You will get Hitmontop if Tyrogue's attack and defense stats are equal upon hitting level 20. Hitmonlee if its attack is greater than its defense, and Hitmonchan if its defense is greater than its attack. Tyrogue... You probably don't want to bet your odds on this thing early on. And there is a surefire way of getting it later into the game, so don't be too worried about it. But yeah, this is more or less our first fighting type, oddly enough. I'm surprised we actually encountered Tyrogue before Machop, the trademark fighting type Pokemon. Tyrogue in particular is mostly just known for the Pokemon that it evolves to, and it's not really special outside of that. And Smoochum is our first Ice-type Pokemon. Ugh. Okay, Smoochum is not bad. The Ice-type is bad. Ice, I widely regard as the worst type of all, having 4 weaknesses and only all of which in common types, by the way, and it only resists itself, which is one of the worst things that you would want in a defensive type. Offensively, and thankfully this is what Smoochum does become, is actually really good. In addition, Smoochum is like Tyrogue in a way, where it evolves based on level up, except it evolves into a Jinx, and only Jinx at level 30. Jinx, you can catch this Pokemon later on, like way later down the road, and thankfully you're not missing out on much because Jinx is pretty much caught when it's going to be at its most useful. So, I don't know why you would want to bet on a random shot just for a Smoochum. Elekid is another electric-type Pokemon, the one I prefer over Pichu for this game in particular. And it evolves into a special sweeper of some sort. Electabuzz is mostly meant to be a mixed attacker. And in Gen 4, when it gains its evolution of Electivire, it's definitely that. But that's kind of the catch. Do you want to deal with do you want to go through all the pain of getting a Thunderstone just to evolve your Pikachu? Or do you want to have a Pokemon short of its max potential? This is a question going to anybody who's playing along with me in the original games, because Elekid, it's not bad. And, oh, it also likes Smoochum and evolves into Electabuzz at level 30, at a fixed level 30, so that's good to know. But it's what you're getting as a direct result of that that's more concerning. Electabuzz isn't a bad Pokemon by any means, it's just short of its potential. That's really only the big issue with it. Next up, we have the fiery brother to Elekid, Magby. Now, similar to Elekid, this Pokemon evolves into a really weird one. It's mostly a mixed attacker, but like, it's short of its evolution. Actually, no. Magmar actually does have legit uses on its own. It's mostly a physical fire-type Pokemon, which screams bad. But it's actually not bad with special, so it's got uses over, you know, other physical attacking fire types. Or, like, other physical attacking special-type Pokemon. So, that's good. And it doesn't evolve through Firestone. It evolves at a fixed level 30, like Elekid. And that's really all there is to it. This is our 3rd fire type in the entire game, so if you didn't want Cyndaquil or Growlithe, this is a good option. Now, another trait about the Odd Egg. Any Pokemon, for that hatches from the egg, has a 50% chance of being a shiny Pokemon. I'm not going to go over this just yet, because shiny Pokemon will be a concept that pops up later. So I'll save that for then. But, oh my god, it is crazy. This is your best shot for a shiny Pokemon almost like ever. It's ridiculous. Also, we're up against a Psyduck. Ooh, this is bad. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, yeah, Psyduck. Yeah, I guess I got the last 3 PP I have to take this thing down. Yes, we got the flinch chance. Headbutt can also do that. It can flinch a Pokemon. I forgot to mention that earlier when we were actually teaching it to Phanpy. So, yeah, that's great. Did I screw up my trading? Yeah, you did. I mean, both of my team members are weak to water, for crying out loud. You're on patrol for suspicious individuals. Yeah, Cole, you're a police officer. He is actually a trainer, and he will only challenge you at nighttime, so keep that in mind, because, you know, cops are always the most dangerous when they're at night. And we finally made it here to Goldenrod City, and I think we're going in and heal on up, because I think this is going to do us for the day. So, we're going to heal on up. Alright. And that will do us for today. Next time on Pokemon Crystal, we're going to be exploring around Goldenrod City, seeing what we can actually do in the area. And boy, what a big one this is going to be. So prepare yourselves. See you guys then.